One of them till 2013. One fine day in April 2013 literally changed the way I started thinking. So I was crossing the river Yamuna and I noticed something white color floating. It was a long thing, about 7.5 kilometers. I measured it later on. And I was so fascinated. Just went down to the bank of river and found out it was long stretch of a long layer of styrofoam plates floating, which has glasses, bowls, spoons, plates, everything. And I was shattered. I thought I must do something. And I thought of putting it onto the internet, thought of doing a Twitter posting. And then I realized instead of cribbing, instead of shouting it out, it's better to do something which is real, which has real consequences, which has real actions. And that really pinched my heart. By doing nothing, just I walked away. Same day, during the afternoon, we had the plan to offer a feast. And I was crossing the river to go over to Vrindavan. There's a long queue. People were waiting for their turn. And suddenly the organizer came up and said, Puneet sir, we do not have disposables available. We ran out of stock. No glasses, no bowls to offer a feast. Said, find out there must be some other vendor who's selling. We tried everywhere. We couldn't find it. There was a Babaji who stepped out from that queue. He folded 4 puris, poured the hot curry into it, sipped the curry, ate 4 puris, ended the story. He said, I'm done. You keep waiting. That really triggered my mind. I started thinking if we can eat the bowl. And that's the day when I decided this is the product I wish to manufacture. That's the time the research started. A regular corporate job, I was enjoying myself, doing pretty well. Used to be a global recruitment manager for a software company based in California, shuttling across all the multiple locations, and decided that this is the product I wish to make. No background in terms of food, no background in terms of manufacturing, never touched even a jack to change the flat tire. And decided, told this to my family. Everybody was not very excited. Some of them were little excited. Some of them said, Puneet, it's too much of risk. Let's not take it. But the thought keep coming in my mind. Every time I used to drink tea, coffee, whenever I used to eat something, the thought kept on coming. And I decided to meet people who were making such kind of cutleries. I met multiple people who were making biscuits, who were baking the product, making a batter and making a product. They were there, but making biscuit was not sustainable, was not healthy. So that really stopped the research. I didn't know where to go. So I did this for 2.5 years. And in the mid of 2015, somewhere deep down in my mind, I dropped that idea. It's not going to work. A group of friends came in from Germany, and I took them to Qutub Minar. And as we all know, tourist guides, they throw things which are weird. And this tourist guide walked in and said, you know what, sir? This Qutub Minar is made of jaggery. And my German friend started walking. And he wanted to have a bite of Qutub Minar. And he picked up a small piece of concrete and started eating. And we all laughed, came home. During our dinner, this thought came in my mind again. We never researched on jaggery. We researched on everything in terms of the binding agent. And then the reverse research process started. We met multiple farmers. We met multiple merchants. We met multiple retailers selling jaggery. And finally, we managed to develop a product which is the most sustainable cutlery on the planet. And out of all the cutlery ranges, we decided to pick cup. So we call it drink the tea, eat the cup, save the planet. The journey had 3 different segments. The research phase had 3 different segments. One of them was research on raw materials, which I just narrated what happened to us. Research on technology and research on market. How do people react to it? Research on raw material was very clear. Jaggery is the product that we would like to go for. And we will not bake the product. It will never be biscuit. It will not have preservatives. It will not have oil. It will not have water in the production system at all. And it will not produce any air, water, soil, and noise pollution. So jaggery was decided, then the technology. I picked up a factory in Najafgarh, and the owner used to charge me 5,000 rupees a day to use one machine and a one machine operator. The operator was always, whenever I used to carry the raw material to them, he was, no sir, never gonna happen. I can't make it. And I enjoyed his no all the time whenever I walked in. And gradually we managed to develop a technology which does not require electricity, which is easy to work, easy to produce in commercial quantities, and can use solar or any other source of energy. That was technology. It was highly scalable. We can deploy it anywhere in the world. Third one was market research. That was very tricky. The initial idea was that we will give the product to the consumer and take a feedback. The standard survey approach didn't work. Moment we started giving product to people and said, sir, drink the tea, eat the cup, people used to say, just shut up. And there were people who just didn't believe it all. We used to get calls and people used to say, sir, is it real? You posted something on the internet, is it real? Can we really eat it? Can you eat it in front of me? And that's how I managed to get that amount of weight. I ate, I think, about thousands of cups till now during the research phase and proving the market research phase. And gradually, we left all the other 52 items that we developed and we focused on cup. Reason, the idea remained the same. The idea remained the same that what we should give to the consumer that he can contribute daily without changing his day-to-day activities, without changing his highly consumerable thought of exploiting the nature, rather than changing their mindset, rather than making them more aware, rather than giving them more social media postings and more information and educating them about the climate change and the environmental things. No, the idea was to give them a tool which can be used every day without changing their lifestyle. I'm not a very good number guy, but this is a number that really is in the back of my head all day long. Only 500 billion single-use cups consumed each year. They contribute to landfill. The amount of carbon footprints behind that cup is huge. I'm not here to discuss numbers. What is the carbon footprint impact? How much it impacts the environment? How much it gives you in terms of health benefits? No, but it's a huge number. Then came in the idea of population. Met so many climate change activists. They kept on talking. You know, we have a huge population. Our population is exploiting the resources provided by the Mother Nature. Somehow, deep in my heart, I disagreed to all of them. And I still disagree to them. It's not the problem of population. It's the problem what that population is doing. It's a mindset issue. It's not really a number game. And I started thinking in a very different direction. Imagine just India. 140 crore, 1.4 billion people taking 1 cup a day. Bare minimum, cup of coffee and tea, whatever they prefer. Or maybe a hard drink or a soft drink, whatever they wish to take. The amount of impact that we will be generating would be huge. Every 6th individual, every 6th human on the planet is an Indian. And every Indian knows what jaggery is. Every Indian knows how to live close to the nature. We don't have to teach them. It's there within their DNA. So it's easy. It was far easy to capture their minds and their hands. Then came the stage when most of the environment-friendly products have challenges, wherein people say, sir, it's very costly. Man on the street can't afford it. We tested it with 2,000 chaiwalas, with no thela. With no thela. They sell their tea on footpath without even a shelter. If a person who's a rickshaw puller eats 1 cup equals to 2 chapatis. he gets the nutritional value, he gets the health benefits, he gets the environmental benefit, carbon footprint, everything is solved. Rather than teaching that rickshaw puller and an auto driver, sir, this cup is very environment friendly, we just walked in and said, sir, it has multiple flavors, it has 2000 flavors, you pour in your tea and it's good to eat. Chapter closes. If he does not eat, then what happens? Natural biodegradation. We're not talking about composting. We're not talking about anything else. You throw a piece of bread on the road, within next 15 minutes, it's gone. So there is no waste generated. There is no waste to manage. It's sorted. This was the whole picture of how we reached to these cups. Contains no color, no preservatives, no chemicals, and one of the most sustainable product. Here comes another alarming thing. Direct benefits and indirect benefits of a particular cup. This cup serves as a tool in the hands of a common man. And I'm just not talking India now. I just spoke to a couple of government organizations wherein they said, we have millions of these cups sent to the dustbin every day. They cannot be recycled. They do not decompose. The amount of impact they will generate. This is only 12 months. The direct decrease in the carbon footprint is about 5,500. And it has generated employment. It has helped stray animals decrease the plastic pollution at all. And water is saved because it's not baked. We don't make a batter. In the process of researching the product, researching the raw material, we managed to find people who have developed a process of making jaggery which is far sustainable, does not require furnace, does not require high carbon footprint. Now, there is one step wherein we're generating footprint and the other step is what are we giving back? So that was the whole thought. Then we were supplying to an event in November 2022. And the event was more to talk about sustainability, some United Nations event. And it was more related to educating kids. How schools, colleges will be participating, would be introducing new courses, would be coming up with new curriculum where people will, or where kids would be taught United Nations sustainability goals. And they gave me a few seconds to talk. I said, fine, no worries, give me 30 only and I'll be done. I proposed to these school owners and principals and educators, sir, the kid will study because he has to get marks. However, there is no experience-based learning. Where will he learn sustainability? He does not see that sustainability happening everywhere. Moment he steps out or moment he closes the book, story ends then and there. And if my factory production unit works as a global sustainability experience center for all those students from grade 1 to grade 12 or people or students who are there in their colleges, they will learn how things are happening. And I'm not saying book-based learning. I'm talking about practical experience-based learning. All the different 17 goals will have multiple activities and all the sub-goals will be there. Because right from the day one when we were researching, the thought was there that we have to follow all the sustainability goals and make sure how we live close to the nature. And all those schools stepped up and said, sir, we're happy to sign up. Now, we are in the process of developing a new curriculum. We are in the process of developing a new curriculum that will help every stage. Let's say a grade 1 kid. He'll definitely go to a restaurant. He'll go to a nearby shop. He'll ask for soft drinks. We just need to change the cup and the value goes back. So this is the idea that we developed. Now we are in the process of bringing these things into action. Probably within a few months, we will see all these things in the action. The numbers would be big. Now, there is another thing that happened. I was traveling from Delhi to Bhubaneswar. And I wanted to pick up something from Kanpur. So I was traveling by train. And I was without ticket, guys. Waiting ticket was there, but it didn't confirm. And I got caught at Bhubaneswar railway station. And this guy picked me up. He said, sir, what do you do for a living? I showed him a cup. Sir, this is what I make. He called up everyone, all his vendors, all the guys, all the government guys, they stepped up, and we managed to sign up with a couple of railway vendors. Probably you'll see the product in action very soon whenever you travel by train or whenever you travel by air. So guys, whenever you drink tea or coffee, this is what you give back to the nature. Drink the tea, eat the cup, save the planet. Thank you very much.